Soldier armor is dead. If you're still running it after this patch, you're donating silver. I'm about to show you the 5 builds corrupted players are already abusing, and build number 5 is the one that's about to take over the new meta. What's good, y'all? It's Ecstasy, Albion Mobile PvP Guides. These are the 5 chest armors that are about to define the new meta after the Soldier nerf, full builds included. And if you start speccing them now, you're going to be ahead of almost everyone. If you play PvP on mobile and want copy/paste builds that destroy PC players, subscribe. This is what we do here. Let's get into the most obvious one. Alright, build number 1. And as always, I'll put some alternative options on screen. The chest is Mercenary Jacket. The reason I think this becomes more meta is simple. When Soldier stops being the default Brawl plus Sustain option, people are going to look for real healing without losing pressure. And Bloodlust does exactly that. It lets you take trades, heal through damage, and keep your kill pressure. Quick detail, so you get max value. Bloodlust healing comes from direct damage, so you want to activate it when you can actually stick and hit, not when you're getting kited for free. I'm pairing it with Martlock Cape for the same reason. It's one of the best 1v1 safety nets. When you drop low, you get a defensive shield window that can completely flip the fight if they overcommit. And the weapon here is Crystal Reaper. I think it's underrated in 1v1. The win condition is, take a clean trade, pop Bloodlust when you can stick, and if they try to full commit for the kill, Martlock gives you the extra seconds you need to turn it. Alright, build number 2. And this is still one of my favorite chest pieces in the entire game, Assassin Jacket. The reason it's so strong and corrupted is simple. Ambush gives you Invis and a damage amp when you come out, so it's both a reset and a kill setup. And since it's leather, you can always swap your chest ability if you need a more defensive option. In 1v1, that's insane value. That's also why I'm predicting it shows up even more after the Soldier nerf. When Plate Sustain falls off, fights become more about burst windows, resets, and punishing cooldowns, and Assassin Jacket is literally built for that style. In this setup, I'm running Deathgivers with Smuggler Cape and Poison Potion. Deathgivers thrives on short, explosive trade windows. You force defensives, reset the fight, then reopen to finish the kill. Smuggler Cape supports that playstyle because it's flexible. It can play offensive or defensive depending on how you use it. And paired with Poison, you get insane extra damage during the exact moment you're trying to close the fight. So the win condition here is, take a burst trade, ambush to reset or reposition, then come out with a damage-boosted hit and stack pressure with Poison to finish. Next, we have an off-meta pick that is low-key broken. Alright, build number 3, Mistwalker Jacket. And I seriously think this is one of the most slept-on chests in Corrupted. The reason it's so strong is it basically gives you a nope window. You can go untouchable for a moment and decide when you want to take damage and when you want to fight. And the big part people forget. If you attack or use abilities, you reveal temporarily. But the jacket lets you keep cycling that defensive window while you wait for cooldowns or reposition. This is already being played at higher level, but I'm sure it'll be more common in the upcoming meta. For this build, I'm running One-Handed Spear because it's an all-around 1v1 weapon. And I'm pairing it with Cultist Cowl because it adds pressure when the enemy tries to play the game. Why I'm predicting Mistwalker becomes more common after the Soldier nerf. When Soldier stops being the default, I can just brawl and heal through everything. Players will look for chests that let them survive burst and control the pace of the fight. Mistwalker does exactly that. It's one of the best, I don't die here, and now it's my turn, in 1v1. So the win condition is simple. Take a trade, Mistwalker their big cooldowns, reset, then re-engage when your cooldowns are back and they're the one panicking. Alright, build number 4, Stalker Jacket. Stalker Jacket has always been a top-tier option for melee, because it's basically free damage every time you're close enough to fight. And in Corrupted, that's huge because most fights are decided by 1 or 2 good trades. The reason I like pairing it with Force Pulse Bracers is simple. Force Pulse is sticky. If you land your engage, it's hard for people to fully disengage, and that means your Stalker Jacket is getting full value while you're bursting. And that's also why I'm predicting Stalker Jacket shows up more after the Soldier nerf. When Soldier stops being the default brawl chest, melee players are still going to want something that wins trades, and Stalker does it without needing plate sustain. It rewards aggressive players who can stay on top of their target. Win condition. Force a close range fight, get full Stalker uptime during your burst window, and once they burn defensives to escape, you chase and finish on the next cooldown cycle. Alright, build number 5, Cleric Robe. This is my favorite cloth chest in the game because it does 2 things at once. It can negate big damage combos, and then it gives you a huge damage boost. That's why Cleric Robe is always relevant in 1v1. One good timing can completely swing the fight and turn into a guaranteed winning trade. It also got overshadowed because Soldier armor is everywhere. Soldier players could just stand there and sustain through pressure, and that makes cloth matchups way harder than they need to be. After the nerf, that playstyle drops off, and you're going to see way more burst windows and cooldown trading again. And Cleric Robe fits that perfectly because it lets you live through the commit and then punish immediately. And I'm not even a Fire Staff player, but with this setup I was cooking people because Fire loves those short moments where it can dump damage, force defensives, and end the fight fast. But honestly, Cleric works with any weapon that wants big burst combos, daggers, crossbows, even some melee brawlers. If your plan is to win off one huge trade, this chest supports it. Win condition: survive their biggest damage window, punish hard during your Cleric proc, force their defensives, and close the fight while they're on cooldown. Alright, that's the top 5 chest armors I'm predicting will run the meta after the Soldier nerf, with full builds included. Now I want to know, which chest armor are you speccing first? And which one do you think is bait? Drop it in the comments. I'm replying to every serious question. If you play Corrupted on mobile and you want copy and paste builds that destroy PC players, hit subscribe. This channel is about farming PC players on mobile. And if you want the exact ability picks, matchups, and how to play each budget build, check the next video on screen. I break them down one by one. See you in the next one.